My thoughts on this game. It is an incredibly fun time. If you like if you like the beat 'em up genre, it is definitely right up your alley. Every single class you choose, from the warrior, the wizard, sorceress, dwarf, elf, and oh gosh, there's a 6. I'm missing one. I swear I'm missing one, but from the 6 classes that you can choose, every single one is unique in its own... Oh, Amazoness. Amazon, that's right. I knew I was missing one. Every single class has its own unique playstyle. The warrior is a tank, a literal tank. You are meant to face head-on with the enemy and trade blow for blow with a shield, sword, and meant to bash enemies around and stun them. The dwarf is the heavy hitter and enemy displacer. He can grab enemies from close range and literally toss them around the screen like a rag doll, and also cast some pretty impressive spells. From what I've seen, a giant twister and lightning bolts can strike all around him. The wizard. Tons of spellcasting uses, mainly for attacking, and he can dish out some very, very high damage. However, the inventory space is a big problem for both the wizard and the sorceress, in which I will get into the sorceress as well. She has many of the same traits that the wizard does. However, the sorceress is more of a gimmick magic. She can transform enemies. She can use skeletons, like the bones you find of past warriors, and transform them into skeletons. Her magics, while on par in power with the wizard, are more of the support kind. The Amazon is a blitz attacker. She is meant to rush straight forward into battle and never stop attacking, and the attack boost that you get along with it, the more you attack, the higher your attack power goes. It highly complements the style of rushdown, and it fits her perfectly. The elf is high mobility and maintaining a perfect balance between distance and close range combat. Her arrows deal an immense amount of damage in base form alone. If you put on clone strikes and power shot along with the impact shot, you can dish out tons and tons and tons of damage. Just like it's the upcharged arrow. You saw me use it multiple times against the ancient dragon, and I was dealing maybe 300 damage a tick, like a second every single time just one pillar got through. It's a lot of damage that the elf can dish out. However, the rest of the classes can also dish out a lot of damage. It just depends on what you feel like you want to play, and the game encourages you to try out every single class because there is artwork and endings according to every single class. And it sets up right into the gateway of replayability. I do not have every single side mission done, and not every single art gallery. That's also replayability and future play past the ending of the game. It encourages you to play forward even after getting done with the main story, and that's a plus. All of this game so far have pluses. However, there are some nitpicky things, but there are negatives. The pickup mechanic being triangle, while not a big problem most of the time, for items that are cluttered together, the game has a hard time trying to sense where you are and what item you want to pick up. And it is most evident in the Kraken mission, where you have to cannonballs into the cannons and then get a torch to light the cannons with. The enemy variety is not as large as I would have liked it to be, but the designs of them is almost enough to put that on a side note and leave it alone. The bosses. All wonderful bosses. Every single one of them, I cannot really say...
Oh. You notice that the image of Althena has been made anew.
It has, actually. Anyway. The bosses are all great in their own designs. Each one has their own gimmick. Each one is playable to your level. In fact, the game changes levels on you as soon as you go into the second half of the game, collecting the dragon talismans, which I love. It puts difficulty where original missions were not difficult for higher level characters, so that they can go through the original missions again at a much more difficult pacing, along with the new ones, which were more difficult at the base themselves, especially the Red Dragon being level 30. Overall, this is a fantastic beat-em-up game. The Dungeons & Dragons artwork, style, and theme all add benefits, thematic sense, and pleasure factor to the game itself. There is not really a particularly negative side that I can put out with this. It's all been enjoyable. While some things are repetitive and you go through multiple worlds again and again, the side missions really do help out in getting through the repetitive nature of it. I guess that you could call that a negative, but it's not really a negative since you get to look at art, and the art is really, really, really fucking good. So that's all I really have to say on this game. For anyone who wants to get Dragon's Crown, it's like $40 on the PS Store. It's a bit expensive. However, the content is enough to justify the price. Surely, I think I'm in New Game Plus right now, and I still have stuff to do on the elf side alone. There's 5 other classes that I have to go through, and there's a choice at the beginning where I would be all smug and say, I'm too good for this baby mission, give me a hard one. There's a choice right then and there that I can make in order to change the story. So there's that I still have to go through. It's a damn good game, and anybody who is interested in this should get Dragon's Crown.